tell us a little bit about you. How old are you? How long you lived in Eagle River for? What's your background? Are you retired? Are you currently working? Just give us a little bit about the background.
Sure. So I'm 66 years old, and actually, just in a few months I get to collect Social Security, which is an interesting dynamic. But I own a business doing counseling, and that's what brought me to Eagle River. I was in Kodiak, and one of the things we were doing is treatment for opiate addiction, and came to a symposium in 2010 in Anchorage. And as I walked in the door, they said, "And you're one of our speakers." And I'm like, "What?" And I was sharing what I was doing in Kodiak, and they said, "We need you here in Anchorage because we have an opiate problem that's coming more apparent." And so I came to Eagle River, not because it's the mecca of opiate problems, it's just central to the valley and Anchorage, and things have grown since.
And how long you lived in Eagle River for?
Since 2011, 2010.
Okay, now Eagle River, how's Eagle River, you lived here, but you probably know better than most people here. How's Eagle River different from, say, Anchorage or Fairbanks or other parts of Alaska when it comes to politics? What are things that are specific to Eagle River?
Yeah, that's a good question. Eagle River has a phenomenal amount of people that are very invested in our state, very aware. They work all over the state. And as I travel around the state, it's not uncommon to find someone from Eagle River that's working elsewhere. In fact, I was in Valdez just a couple of days ago, and there's someone from Eagle River that's working on the pipeline. So we're very involved in our community locally as well as statewide. So that's a big difference, yeah.
Now, you're a Republican. Senator Merrick is a Republican. Why do you want to run against her? Like, what are you seeing that you're like, she's not doing her job? What is it that concerns you?
Well, the concern is this promises that she made that it's not being fulfilled. And when she ran years ago for the House seat, I was district secretary for the area, and supported all candidates and even her in running. But there's promises that she had to the Republican Party, to the district, that she didn't fulfill in that, and that's a part of great concern. And so I'm willing to support the values of our belief system and that of making things happen for the benefit of the state, that I think we need to make some changes.
What are some of the promises she hasn't fulfilled?
Well, one of the things is securing the permanent fund for the people, as it had been for 30 years, and being part of the group that's altering that and putting the investment of that to other purposes. Now, the permanent fund was for running of government, but there was appropriations or arrangements for the people to get the dividend, and that's not been, honored. Yeah.
Now, I think I want to phrase this. Are you concerned that she caucuses with the Senate majority? Would you prefer that she caucus more with the minority to help maybe form a minority with Mike Schauer and Shelley Hughes and some of them? Or is that not part of your concerns?
Well, it's interesting in the Senate this past session that in the 32nd session, it was the Senate, it seemed, that was holding things to the conservative values. In the 33rd session, it seemed like the House was doing that, and there was a group of different people that caucused together to form the majority in the House. But they seem to be doing more work, that things were not happening as well in the Senate that I would like to see different. And so I think that getting some other senators into the Senate to get it back to the way, moving good bills.
Now, if you were elected, would you caucus with the majority, or would you be like, no, I'd like to work towards maybe building a Senate minority if those conservative values are there compared to the majority?
Well, I think the question is not minority or majority, it's to caucus with a conservative group of people and these values that the Republican Party believes in helping our state.
So that could be the majority or the minority. It just matters where those principles are, right?
That's correct.
Okay, now as you said, you have a background in politics. You're not a rookie. So just describe a little bit about your politics and why you're getting back into this race.
Well, as a business owner and for-profit business, and I've been involved with nonprofits and such like that, like, what is government doing to help our businesses out? And that's an important thing. And we need to help, a big difference in Alaskans from other places in our country is that we're a tough group, and give us the freedom to be able to make things happen, we'll make it happen. But when you have over-regulations and different things like that, then you look at situations like California, and they're over-regulated, and where are the businesses going? They're leaving the state, and we can't do that here. We got to open up our state the way our Alaska mentality is.
But talk a little bit about your time on the House. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I don't think any legislator, and that's pretty safe to say, had experienced the 30-second session. You have one, of course, you know, being in the majority minority, and we were in the minority, but then having COVID and not being able to just connect with your constituents like normal, or what happens in the Capitol. And so that was a strange session.